Support station ready.
We might as well be playing soccer in this thing. Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and in this vid we're gonna be rebuilding the dock for the whateverth time, because apparently they thought that giving you 150 HP for 4 slots in your grid was worth the space. Anesthesiologist has been debuffed to shit, it's pretty useless now. To put it into context, if you play the highest difficulty settings, you're gonna be losing between 200 and 300 HP if you get slashed by a runner once. So that 150% might as well not be there at all. They might put a grey block to throw in your grid and say, here you're handicapping yourself. So all that considered, what can we do to get the dock to the position that it was before the nerf that came with Season 2? Well, actually what we can do is take advantage of a bug that finally got fixed, and it allows you to have tremendous range to your station. So we will be using suppression station, and at last we will be using peace of mind. You saw in the opening clip, it is humongous and it can be increased even further with reach enhancements. Of course, what we want to understand about this thingy is that it can function through solid surfaces like walls, for example. So if I put it here and I have enemies coming from here, for example, going through a corner or a corridor or something, here they will also be slowed. Now, what is the use of it if you cannot shoot through to them? Well, when it comes to games like this, horde shooters, you want to just slow the advancement of the enemy, okay? So slowing them down means they're getting funneled in a more controllable manner, and you can damage them in a more controllable manner. I will be mixing this build with my experimental drugs build, and I think the result that we got here is very interesting. Let's take a look at it. So we're using suppression station and peace of mind. Keep in mind the puns. Well, keep in mind that peace of mind gives you 20%, and enhanced reach 4 gives you 22%, but this is 4 slots and this is 1, so this is the most value you can get out of any perk in this game, okay? We're gonna use Surgeon's Hand because it's awesome, bedside manner with the attachment rapid recovery, pretty awesome stuff for the survivability of the team, especially in highest difficulty settings, and the horrendous 4-1 that still hasn't gotten fixed. Support system. Your outgoing healing is increased by 20% and allies now gain 15% ability recharge speed while standing near you. This is excellent. You should always use this. It's just 3 slots, very, very useful. We will be using Neurotoxin Specialist, dealing damage to an enemy weakens them, causing them to deal 20% less damage for 5 seconds, does not stack. Pay attention to the does not stack designation here because it is very, very important. We're going to get back to this in a sec. Readiness, your movement and ability recharge speed are increased by 10%, and your reload speed and handling are increased by 20%. Very, very good for the dog. When you need to run objectives, you activate your combat stims and you are good to go, moving really, really fast. For stims, migraine solution for faster recharge when you deal head surge. Super serum, combat stim grants 30% stun handling and additionally causes stamina regeneration to no longer be holding by dodging for its duration. What this means is this: you activate it and you can literally dodge forever as long as the super serum is active. So you can pretty much run from a danger point back to your allies without ever stopping to simply run because you have infinite stamina. Whilst dodging, you have iframes, invulnerability frames that is, so you can pretty much get through a tough spot unscathed. Overdose, the cooldown time of combat stims is doubled, but its effect are twice as powerful and it lasts 50% longer. What I just told you, it lasts longer, stronger effects, but it will take some time to cool it off. In this case we have a minus 10% on our recharge speed, but it is a small price to pay for what we're trying to do here. What we are trying to do here is use keep 'em pinned together with Neurotoxin Specialist. Enemies you should deal 10% less damage for 4 seconds, does not stack. 20 from here and 10 from here, it's 30% less damage, which is huge. 1/3 of the damage is pretty huge. Now, the does not stack might be a bit confusing. What it says is that you cannot repeatedly attack an enemy to get him to 0% attack damage. But amongst themselves, they do stack to form that 30%. I understand that it is very difficult to test, and some of you might be a bit, on the fence about it. Maybe you do not trust the numbers to perform as intended. What you can use in this case is take Keep and Pinned out, put Neurotoxin down here, and go for a quick charge. For combat stims. So now your combat stims is plus 8% when it comes to its recovery speed. You nullify the penalty from having overdose active. You get all the benefits and an extra 8%, and you are good to go. For me, I've noticed that it indeed helps. So it isn't a phalanx tree. I put it here, 30% debuff, and I'm good to go. The dog can do some interesting things when it comes to their damage output as well. You might go with strength in numbers. You can take this out and use strength in numbers to get more damage out of your character. That is 10% if both your allies are standing next to each other. If you ask me, it's not really worth it. You are a support class first and foremost. Debuffing the enemy, buffing your allies is your first priority. Guys, slow everyone, revive and heal with extreme effectiveness, and debuff their attack whilst you give handling and infinite stamina. It's the ultimate support package. The dog at this point is a beast. We used to talk about how the dog was not contributing enough. They tinkered with the dog left and right, made little adjustments throughout the previous months, and now it is a force to be reckoned with. I've cleared more insane 4-1s with a dog in the team that I did with any other class, excluding my Vanguard Gunner, of course, because, that's my favorite. It is excellent, very powerful. You can experiment a bit with what you can do with your guns and your perks. It's using a rifle, does not give much room for tinkering when it comes to what you can do. But for example, you can go with a build with an assault rifle that deals high stumble. For example, our Kramer build that I did recently with high velocity break and hollow sight, extremely high stumble chance. With the slow, the debuffs and all that good shit, it can make the dog a huge asset to the team. So, I hope you like it. This build is the best when it comes to conjunctions of the dog's strong points at this point. I hope they bring Anesthesiologist up to scratch again at some point. It's really weak as it stands now. I used to love it, now it freaking sucks. But if anything changes, your boy's here and I will be covering and I will be building on top of it. Sub, like and share for more stuff like this. Please consider Patreon or getting a membership. It really keeps me going in these harsh times that we're living in. Leave any questions in the comment section below. And until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!